Hi, I'm Kevin Thomas, and welcome back to the At Home Film Festival, and Happy New Year! Now that we are knee-deep in award season, and pretty soon we will have the Screen Actors Guild nominations come out, as well as the Oscar nominations come out, I thought we should take a look at some of the best performances. Not from this year. Everyone's doing that. I'm going to do performances that were overlooked by the Academy. They did not get any Oscar nominations. Shocking in many ways. I'm not going to do my favorite like Barbra Streisand because I feel a little prejudiced there, even though I think she should have been nominated for Nuts and A Star is Born and Yentl for acting, not to mention Best Director for Yentl and The Prince of Tides. But instead of focusing on the ones I love like Barbara, I'm going to uncover some other worthy people that should have not necessarily won, but at least have been nominated because they won so many critics' prizes. I actually found I have a lot of content for this, so you might see a part 2 in the future. But for now, I've picked 7 performances that the Academy shunned. And if you wait to the very, very end, the final one I'm doing not only didn't get nominated, but it changed the rules at the Academy Awards. What? Stick with me and find out. I promise it's worth it. Our first movie is a doozy. We need to talk about Kevin. Not me, we need to talk about Kevin the movie, available for free on Prime. Oh my God, Tilda Swinton. Oh, wow. She's always amazing. But this movie was so controversial that it kind of got thrown into American theaters because it really deals with a super difficult topic of a young person taking other lives of school kids. We see a lot of those murders and it's always shocking. So this movie got Tilda at least 37 award nominations, including a Golden Globe and the National Board of Review as a win. But she didn't get the Oscar notice because it only made $1 million in the US because it's such a big, heavy topic. But wow, it shows not only the aftermath of when your child takes the life of others, the hate that you get, and as a mother, she took it all because she felt responsible even though it was her son that committed these crimes. This movie is not easy to watch or pleasant to watch, but Tilda, I don't want to say brings life to it because it's such a tough topic, but in her hands, this movie is so elevated and it's amazing. Probably shouldn't watch it during the holidays, but it's really a gripping film that is a true reflection on society and mental illness. Watch it for that reason alone. And of course for Tilda's amazing, overlooked performance. Who would ever think that I would root for Adam Sandler to have an Oscar nomination? But Uncut Gems on Netflix is the movie that should have had that. He won 10 awards for Best Actor for this film. I think he was nominated for another 30 awards. And it really, you know, he's a pleasant actor. He's made fun movies like The Wedding Singer, and he's made really, really bad ones like Jack and Jill. I kind of like it, but I don't like Big Daddy or Little Nicky. So I would never be one who would thought I'd support a movie with Adam Sandler to being ignored by the Oscars. But he plays a regular guy that's involved in crime. He really launders things. He seems to be connected to the mafia, but one little thing that can go wrong could screw up your life. And we see that in this movie. Great performance. You forget it's Adam Sandler. You think he is the character that he plays. Totally overlooked by the Academy. Great performance, Adam. Kudos to you. Who would ever think that a movie that was up for Best Picture and 6 other Oscars, including one for Johnny Depp, would have omitted somebody? And the somebody they omitted was Kate Winslet. Yes. Although she has an Oscar and 6 other nominations for other films, she was not nominated for Finding Neverland, even though it got a lot of Academy acclaim. And she plays the perfect part. She's a woman, single with children, fighting to protect them. At the same time, she's got an illness that could take her life. Oh, this is totally what the Academy loves, but she didn't get nominated. My guess is she wasn't quite a lead and she wasn't really supporting, so she fell in between. So she probably got some votes as lead and some as supporting, which is evident in the award nomination she did get. She only got a few, but it should have been up for the Oscars. And this is actually a similar situation when she won her Oscar for The Reader. That same year, she won many awards for Best Supporting Actress for The Reader and many awards for Best Actress for The Reader. Maybe that performance was just stronger, so she was able to lead the pack and get the nomination and win. But here, she didn't get it, even though she gives a wonderful performance in this beautiful, lush story about the man who created Peter Pan. Love it. Watch it on HBO, by the way. Another Best Actress winner who was ignored a different year is Nicole Kidman for To Die For, one of her early films. This has actually started her big leap. She made a few hits, and mostly action or period pieces, but people really took her seriously for this film, which she sought to get. She tried so hard to get this part, and she finally did get it, almost like her character, who plays a young woman who takes over being a weather person on a nothing of a channel, and she gets a younger person to kill her husband because he's in the way of her success and career, based upon a true story. This costs a few dollars on Amazon, but the thing that makes it so good, not oh look, we've got Joaquin Phoenix and Casey Affleck's in it as well, but Nicole really, really, really brings lightness and humor to a serious topic, which is very hard to do. She did win the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Comedy and was nominated for the British Academy Award, but the Oscars never gave her the love for this, and it really is a great performance. I think she really got overlooked. Our next two films kind of come out of the hashtag that started Oscars So White, because David Oyelowo in Selma is Martin Luther King. He doesn't recreate him, he embodies him. He's internally found the spirit of Martin Luther King. And this film was up for Best Picture, which was great, but his performance and his 4 awards that he won among many nominations proved that it was overlooked by the Academy. It's a great performance, wonderful. You feel like you're there with him. Harder to find, but it is on IMDb channel, so you catch it there. But you will see that this is definitely an overlooked performance. The minute we start thinking Oscars So White is getting a little bit part of the past, then they slap the face of Delroy Lindo for Defy Bloods on Netflix. This movie is full of so much emotion, and it's all from him, where he and some other Army buddies go back to reenact and remember something that happened in their past. But it may be in the past in time, but it's not in the past in their mind. Delroy won 10 awards for this, nominated for a total of 49, including being embraced by the National Society of Film Critics and the New York Film Critics Award, very prestigious. This movie, like many other Spike Lee movies, except for BlacKkKlansman, was pretty much ignored by the Academy. I don't know what they have against Spike Lee. He's a wonderful filmmaker. Defy Bloods, I think, got 1 nomination for Best Editing, which is more of a slap in the face, because it's like, yeah, we knew it was there. We just ignored it on purpose. Catch us on Netflix and you will see how deep Delroy Lindo's character goes and what an emotionally charged and roller coaster ride we have in this film. Our last film is a doozy. It changed the rules of the Academy too. It's Bette Davis in Of Human Bondage from 1934. You could find this movie everywhere, even on YouTube for free. She plays an evil, awful, social climbing woman who just uses this poor man. She is relentless in being mean and ruthless. Oh my God. Now, everyone thought she would be nominated for an Oscar, but rumor has it that her regular studio did not make this film, so they campaigned against her for not being nominated, and they kind of won because she wasn't nominated. But a groundswelling of support came from her fans and her other studio, so they wrote her name in on the ballot. So she did get a lot of votes. She didn't win even on the write-in. Maybe she would have won if she was actually on the ballot. But since that point, write-in votes are no longer allowed. But wow, let's just take a quick look at her hate and meanness. Let's go. Tell us, Betty.
You disgust me.
Me? I disgust you. You. You're too fine. You won't have none made me sick when I had to let you kiss me. I only did it because you begged me. You hounded me. You drove me crazy. And after you kissed me, I always used to wipe my mouth. Wipe my mouth. But I made up for it. For every kiss I had a laugh. We laughed at you. Miller and me and Griffiths and me. We laughed at you because you was such a mug.
Ooh, a bit psychotic there, but even her accent is great. Wow. Thank you, Betty. Well, that's our show. Tune in next week. I'm going to have a very special tribute to Betty White, who passed away yesterday. But until then, why don't you subscribe? Go ahead, click that button, subscribe, and go ahead and share. And, of course, tell those who share to subscribe, and tell those who subscribe to share. Anyway, as we go out, here's a few other movies that the Oscars ignored. I'll probably do a part 2 maybe next month or the month after, so stay tuned. I also have a nice companion piece for people that were never nominated, so look below and click on that as well. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.